This is Shur on Tefila. This is the days of Selichot. We talk about this common question that when in Selichot they say Hashem hu haelokim, Hashem hu haelokim. What should be the kavanah? What should be in our mind when we say this word of Hashem hu haelokim, Hashem hu haelokim? First of all, where does it come from? It comes from the time of Yahnavi. Yahnavi told people, what are you doing? Why are you jumping from one to another, from Avodah Baruch Hu to Ideal, from Ideal to Hashem Baruch Hu? Make up your mind. What should we do? We bring korban, you bring korban, I bring korban. And whoever is korban would accept that there is a fire on the korban and burns, that shows that it's Hashem. So they brought the korban and they were waiting for fire to come. Whatever they tried, they couldn't. And even they sent somebody to set the fire, and the snake came and destroyed him. And they couldn't do it. Then Elianavi came and did it. He put some water, became 12 rivers, Zichut of 12 Shabbatim, and the fire came. Once the fire came and everybody saw that Sakadosh Baruch Hu, they say, Hashem hu haelokim, Hashem hu haelokim. That's what, after this incident, they say, Hashem hu haelokim, Hashem hu haelokim. First of all, we have to understand the Avodah Zarah by Nach, Nuvim and Tuvim. When they talk about they worship idols, it doesn't mean that they thought the idol is God. The idol cannot create anything, cannot do anything. But they have a love in Torah. First Hashem says, I'm God. Then Hashem says, what does mean? Other Elohim. They means agent. HaKadosh Baruch Hu says, I want to be connected to you directly, not to agent. Any agency between us and Hashem Baruch Hu has aspect of Avodah Zarah. We can't have something between us and Hashem. We have directly go to Hashem Baruch Hu. Should not be any agent between me and you. Therefore, a lot of times in Navi, they thought that since they sinned, since they didn't keep the Ruach HaKadosh the way that should be, and the Hal Yisrael not in that stature that should be, Hashem abandoned them. And Hashem is not in touch with them directly. No, that was the great Nisayon for that generation. Therefore, we have Hashem hu haelokim. Means to say, the Hashem means the Kevavke. The one who created the world is Elokim, is supervising all the world. Hashem means the Kevavke, the creator. Elokim means master. That's a mastership, supervising. In other words, he's very high, he's unlimited, and he has all of the power. He created the world, but still is in touch, direct touch with whatever that he created. He supervises, he is with them, and that was, they said, Hashem hu haelokim. They thought that Avodah Baruch Hu left them because of the sins that they did, and they have to come out to other agents to be in touch with Hashem. And Avodah Baruch Hu says, no, that's Avodah Zarah. Then that's why everybody says, Hashem hu haelokim. But when we say Hashem hu haelokim, you have to understand Hashem, the one who created the world. He is the one who supervises everything. Chinuch says that even a leaf falls from a tree, this is HaKadosh Baruch Hu's hashgacha. Anything happens to daily life with a person, it's hashgacha of Hashem. Somebody came here and he said that I'm not keeping Shabbat. He said, why? He said, I really believe in Shabbat. Shabbat is source of bracha. Shabbat is everything. But Shabbat is everything in society that everybody is kosher, yosher, and they're close to Avodah Baruch Hu. They did deal with Hashem. But in our society that there's so much corruption, Shabbat doesn't have any meaning. Avodah Baruch Hu is not in touch with us like that. That I say that I keep Shabbat, I get parnasa. No, you are very, very far away from Hashem. You are very removed from Hashem. He said even Tefila. Tefila, yes, of course I believe in Tefila. Tefila is right. We don't about connect Avodah Baruch Hu. Hashem listens. But it's for a society that are very close to Hashem. They are close to Hashem, and Hashem would listen to them. But now we are so corrupted. The society is corrupted. Hashem hasn't come. There is a passage in Torah that says Hashem is between you, betuch tumatam. Even in the midst of the tumah, HaKadosh Baruch Hu is with us. David HaMelech Tehillim says, I go to the valley of darkness, I'm not afraid. Tell you what is God with me. No matter what happens, no matter where are we going to be, Hashem is with us, and there is no such a thing that we'll be disconnected and we need some type of connection. Now, Mitzat Kabbalah also, Hashem haelokim means Hashem is Mitzat Rachamim. Elohim is Mitzat Din. Hashem is Mitzat Rachamim because creation happened through Rachamim. And supervision means Din, judgment. Now, a lot of times we feel Rachamim and judgment are two different stems. And they are very far apart from each other. Yes, could be. There are two principles, one Rachamim, one Din. But now we are saying, because we have HaKadosh Baruch Hu, even the judgment of Hashem, the source of it is not Rachamim. Because what is the point of judgment of Hashem? Judgment of Hashem means, in other words, every religion has three things. One, there is HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Then there is the communication Torah. There's no communication, there's no religion between God. Third thing is very important, that the God would say, I care for your actions. You are important for me. If the God doesn't tell the people that you are important and your actions are important, there's no relationship, there's no relation. Religion means your act has meaning for you. Now, how does it have meaning? When there is a judgment between bad and good. In the home that there is no judgment, everything that happens, everything is okay. Children grow up without understanding principle in life, what's right, what's wrong. To know the consequence of doing good, you uplifting yourself, you are becoming a better person. Doing something wrong, you are doing something wrong, you are diminishing yourself. That's a principle of chinuch and education. The HaKadosh Baruch Hu says, since I love you, I judge you. Therefore, its judgment comes from a stem of love and rahmah of Hashem. Hashem has merciness through the merciness that He has. Therefore, when we say Hashem hu haelokim, Hashem hu haelokim, our kavanah should be that Hashem, that source of merciness, is hu haelokim. The klikim is from Hashem. Not two different departments that Hashem changes the gear. Elohim, that's supervision in our daily basis of life, to interfere, to make the judgment, to make anything to happen. Everything stems from the Midat Rachamim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Everything comes from the Hamim of Hashem that does everything. Therefore, the ultimate Rachamim is to have judgment. That's why David HaMelech says, Hashem Ori Veishi. What's Ori is Rosh Hashanah. Day of judgment, people think that the judgment is darkness. Say, no, David HaMelech says, Ori, this is light of my life. Because through that, I understand my actions are important. That gives me validity. You have to, and I tell you something. In our community, Rosh Hashanah is very vital. Rosh Hashanah is very important. Because we are living in a society to be very indifferent. And what kills people, destroys our youth, our men, everybody. When a person gets up in the morning and is very indifferent about his life. If I do this, if I do that, what does it make a difference? Anyway, everything is just turbulent. That's a killer. That kills a person. That kills the cells of a person. The person has to understand that you make a difference. Your tefillah makes a difference. Your action makes a difference. One more action, you save the world. With that idea in mind, a person becomes alive. The actions becomes alive. There's a great motivation to be good and to do better. That all happens with the Rosh Hashanah. That's why David HaMelech says, Hashem Ori, my life is Rosh Hashanah. Hashem Ishi, my salvation is Yom Kippur. Life and salvation. Therefore, that is what is Rosh Hashanah about. And that's the kavanah to have Hashem hu haelokim, Hashem hu haelokim.